Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we are with Bevie and we're going to go see exactly how one of these fantastic Mangrove Jacks kits are made. Let's go. Follow me. Hey guys, so we are inside the factory at the moment. I'm standing here with Sam. Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Sam. I'm part of Bevie's marketing team. So Bevie is a company that owns brands like Grainfather, Mangrove Jacks, Still Spirits, SG Wines.
Yeah.
And we're here today at the Bevie manufacturing plant.
Okay.
And this is where all the ingredients are packed and manufactured, basically. So a lot of the brands you'll be used to will be made all on site here.
All over here. Yeah. And today we're going to be looking at the Mangrove Jacks pouches.
That's right, yeah. So we're going to take you through the process from start to end of how a pouch is created. We're going to show you some hops being sashayed. We're going to show you how the pouches are labelled. And then we've got this room here, which is where basically the pouches are filled. And we'll take you through more details when we're in the room.
Ah, great.
But yeah, it's quite an interesting process.
So Sam, we are completely PPD'd up.
Yep.
Let's go cracking on it.
Shall we go have a look in the factory?
Awesome. Great. So we're at the top, at the hopper. Is that correct?
Yes.
This is the hopper?
This is a hopper. Nothing to do with actual hops which are inside the hopper. You can put anything in the hopper.
All right.
And yeah, it's basically an automated weighing machine.
Okay.
The hops, we've got Citra hops in here, which nice familiar hop for everyone.
Yeah.
And they get loaded into the hopper and they are automatically weighed. And there's a chute down here you can see, and then basically gravity fed into a room below us, which we'll go into soon.
Okay, all right. And I was saying earlier on, this is surprisingly small for what I would think every single Mangrove Jacks kit.
Basically,
I mean, this is where it all kind of starts, your hops.
Essentially, it's I get with the hops that we get in from various hop suppliers. They just get loaded into here and they'll continually get loaded. So it doesn't matter what volume we're doing, but we do get through a lot of.
I mean, you guys, I know you're producing so many kits and
thousands.
This is where it all starts, guys. Next time you're opening your Mangrove Jacks kit, this is where your hops are coming from. Okay, Sam, so the hops have dropped down from the top, and we're in bags now.
So these are the foil sachets. They've, as you say, they've been gravity fed into this machine. They've been automatically weighed. They come into this sachet and they are gas flushed.
Okay, the nitrogen gas.
Really important to keep the shelf life, the aromas and the flavors preserved in the sachet. And then they get hermetically sealed as well, which is also really hygienic. And then we have our final product.
Perfect. And I mean, this is going into pretty much every beer kit that you guys are making. And I see you got a batch number, and that gets printed in the machine itself.
So the logo, the weight, and the style of hop, the batch numbers all printed in line there, so we can keep the trace if there's any issues.
All right, no, great.
So
And what else? You were saying this machine is also doing other products like oak chips and fruit. As well.
Totally. So we fill dried fruits, things like elderflowers, things like juniper berries, oak chips, like you said, and majority will be hops.
All right. Well, great. Well, it's nice that you guys got the batch number on. I mean, tracking and tracing is quite important, I suppose.
Definitely is. Certainly. Factory like this one.
Oh, great. All right, guys, let's go over to the next step. So, Sam, we are inside with Tom, who's doing the labeling on all of our Mangrove Jacks kits, is that correct?
That's right, So we've got the Juicy Session IPA, the limited edition. Basically it takes one of these plain silver pouches, and it, as you can see, runs through the labeler. I think we get about 80 a minute.
Okay, all right.
This machine.
Okay.
The label includes all the batch number again, the barcode, all the nutritional info. Some of our kits have 2 labels. This particular one, all the information is on that.
On the one side there.
One label,
And then from here, we're basically going to go into the packing station, and then you've got a dual sectioned pouches.
Basically, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's 2 sections to the pouch.
Okay.
And we'll put the dry ingredients in
The one side. Okay.
And then when we take it over to the filling machine, the liquid malt extract goes into.
Okay. And then, all right. So that's going to separate the kind of the liquids and the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Sam, we are in kind of the last stage of getting our Mangrove Jacks kits filled.
That's right.
This is liquid malts going in.
That's right, yeah. So you can see here, there's an IBC here,
Yeah.
liquid malt extracts.
Yeah.
This is being pumped into these 2 quite impressive tanks that we've got here.
Yeah.
Either one or both are used, depending on the volume.
Okay.
And we'll have a blend of malts in there. So as you would make an all grain beer, you'd have your base malt, then your speciality malt.
Okay, so this is all kind of coming together there. All right.
But then also we'd have the liquid hop extract as well, which will get blended into.
Okay,
so it's a pre-hopped malt extract.
Okay, and I know liquid malt is a very thick and sticky item.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
How do you guys actually overcome that in this section? Is that...
So it's just warmed to about 40 degrees to make it more viscous, or less viscous. I'm not sure. But,
I think, less viscous, yeah.
So then that's able to, it's just so we can mix it.
Yeah, okay.
And then that can get fed through to the pasteurizer.
Okay, so it goes through a pasteurization process, all right.
Yeah, so essentially for the quality, to retain the quality and to extend the shelf life of the malt. The pasteurizer heats to about 85 degrees.
All right.
It's then chilled again before it goes into the pouches in the filling machine.
Okay. And then that chilling process, why do it cold packed? Is there any reasoning for the cold packing?
It's so if you had heated malt, then you would lose some of the flavors and the color as well, which is quite essential to making.
All right.
But with the chilling, and we say that it's cold filled into the pouches.
Yes.
That just means that you retain the flavor, the color, and it also extends the shelf life again for the finished products.
All right, no, great. Yeah. So we're going to go and check out all of these little steps. I mean, it is quite an extensive amount, and this is obviously quite a thing with health and safety, and everything is kind of automated, and there's nobody touching any liquid malts or anything.
That's right. You know, with these tanks, they've actually got automated quality checks. Or quality check the colour, the bricks as well, which is the sugar content of the malt.
Okay.
And as long as all those points are hit, then it gets pumped through to the filling machine.
So once we are at the filling station, now we're getting into the kind of next step. What are the steps from there on?
So it's a rotary filling station. So it's got a number of stations. So for instance, it picks up the pouch, then it will apply a code to the pouch, and then it opens the pouch, and then most importantly, it's nitrogen flushed. Okay. Which again, it just preserves the shelf life of the product. We actually generate the nitrogen on site, so that's quite an important factor. Yeah. And then once it's ready, the malt is pumped in, it's filled up, and then it is sealed, and then it comes off the line ready for secondary packaging. So we might put that into boxes or
boxes and stuff like that.
Or it might, depending on the product, that might get packed into a separate box.
Yeah. And again, you were saying that the codes are printed on the outside, and that's obviously for tracking and tracing and
exactly,
that sort of thing.
Basically every step of the way, so whatever the ingredient it is, it might be the hops, the yeast, or the pouch itself, the product itself will have a batch number printed. All right. And that is, again, just for quality assurance. Okay. Yeah, so we can trace it back to a bad batch or anything like that, which hopefully it doesn't happen, but we have to have that in place. Yeah. Well, let's go see. I know the machines are rather noisy, but let's go check out these machines. I'm excited to go.
Right, so awesome. Let's go that way. So guys, we are inside the labs in where all of these recipe kits are pretty much getting developed. Ryan, thank you for allowing us to get into your lab here. No problem. And we're going to be talking about like the beginning stages of making these awesome kits.
Yeah, sure.
So how does it all begin?
So we really take creative inspiration from anywhere across the business.
Yeah.
That can be sales, marketing, production.
Okay.
Anyone can submit an idea.
Okay.
Sometimes you might take that creative inspiration from external sources, journals, podcasts.
Yeah.
So we look at our portfolio to find what our gaps are.
Okay.
So that's how we take where we take our creative inspiration from.
Okay. So Ryan, you're getting a recipe, somebody submitted it, written on a napkin or whatever it is, you've got obviously have a proper process.
Sure.
Then from there, what actually happens? And you got.
So we draft up our recipes on paper, and then we'll refine them based on inputs from other members of the product development team. Each of those recipes is formulated using carefully chosen malt and hops and yeast and some specialty ingredients.
Okay.
So they can be oak chips, they can be essences, fruit components, and that with that we're able to achieve the desired profile.
Okay. Okay, and your role in this development side, are you getting those and making like test batches and stuff like that?
Yeah, so what we do once we've got that recipe on paper and we've refined it, is we then, once we're happy with it, we want to ferment it out and assess it, make some further tweaks, some refinements, and we work off an iterative approach.
Okay.
Then we taste, and again, further refine. And if we're happy with that, then we'll transition to full-scale production. Okay. And prepare for product launch.
Okay. And then the actual, when you're saying to get it to that full scale, you've obviously got to up the sizes, and then I presume it's just a formula that you guys go, okay.
Yeah. We work off a formula. It's relatively easy to scale up. We don't have any issues with that. We always want to check ensure our quality and consistency. So we do that through QC testing, using our analytical equipment. We perform routine tests, and with that we can test our individual raw materials, we can test our finished products, and that can guarantee we meet the strict standards that we set. Yeah,
and then obviously consistently brewing perfect beer every single time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Quality and consistency is our main focus. I think it is for any brewery, for anyone in this space. Yeah.
And more importantly, which is your favorite kit?
My favorite kit, I really like our new bourbon barrel stout. It's one of my favorites. I like darker beers.
Anyway, I'm a darker beer.
And so I think the oak chips give it a really lovely flavour. So
we actually brewed it was an 18% MP stout, and it straight out of the fermenter, 18%, and we took those, made the little kind of 4-litre batches and put some oak chips in there, and it really does add to that flavour, that little bit of,
doesn't it?
So if you guys want to see that video, up in the links over here, don't forget. But thank you, Ryan, for getting us through the first little bit of processing.
Lovely.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So guys, we are here with Dina. That is, I'm saying that correctly, Dina.
Yes.
And Dina, your Mangrove Jacks Kits, malt in a bag. Firstly, I mean, the test that you guys must go through, rigorous testing and product testing, I suppose. What sort of typical tests do you guys end up doing on these?
So when the product is first developed, we have baseline testing where we take measurements of the bricks of the malt blend, and we take color readings using the spectrophotometer. And,
big words.
Yes. And then we have a certain amount of days that we expect it to be fermented at, that sort of thing. So we compile those tests, and each time we produce that product, we will put on one of the pouches that we develop and test to make sure that they also meet those same specifications.
Yeah. And then, like, to get the consistency, are you guys doing kind of QA tests afterwards, after a bag is developed and that sort of thing? Are you obviously continually testing similar kits to make sure you're getting consistency all the way through?
Yes, so we test the raw materials when they come in, then we test the products as they're developed, and after they go through production, we take them off the production line and we'll do a series of tests on those products as well. And then we keep some retained samples and we'll test throughout the life of the product.
Okay, all right, great. And one of the questions that I want to know is, why are they in little pouches?
They are in pouches. This is a great question. I had to ask myself. They are in pouches because if you have a can, it has to be filled.
Okay, yeah.
If you're in these pouch, it gives you a lot more flexibility on the quantity of malt blend that we put into the pouch.
All right.
Therefore, we can make our range have variable ABVs based on the malt blend without having to add extra stuff just to reach a certain fill point.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And obviously, I mean, these are quite shippable. They're not going to dent as much, and you can kind of compress them, and they're not going to break on you as you're going.
Exactly, yeah. They are a lot more easy to ship, less weight as well.
All right, great. And then the last, most important question is, what is your favorite beer?
My favorite beer?
Do you have a favorite, or is it just
I have a favorite style.
Okay. Yeah.
I love wheat beers.
Okay, all right. Wheat beers. I don't know if I've tried that many wheat beers, to be honest.
Oh, they're great. Mangrove Jacks does a great Bavarian wheat that is amazing.
All right, no, that sounds fantastic. Guys, if you were looking for a great wheat beer, the Bavarian Mangrove Jacks, I'm not too sure if we have it here, but give it a check. So guys, that was the Bevie factory where they're making all those fantastic Mangrove Jacks kits. As you can see, the quality and control that goes through the whole process, you know you're going to get a fantastic beer with fantastic malts, fantastic yeast, fantastic hops, and you're going to be making fantastic beer every single time. So get yourself a Mangrove Jacks kit, and as always guys, happy brewing.